Good morning, Chairman McMath. Chris Alexander, Louisiana Citizen Advocacy Group. I kind of have a personal interest in legislation because during COVID, at the height of COVID, I had COVID, and the American Medical Association, the Board of Pharmacy in Louisiana, Louisiana Department of Health, were all advising against taking ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine for the treatment of COVID. And we've come to find out in retrospect that both of those drugs not only are not harmful, but they're very good at the treatment of COVID. And I couldn't get a doctor to fill the prescription. I had to go to a number of doctors before I could get a doctor to fill it. And then once I got it filled, my wife had to go to several pharmacies before she could get a pharmacy to fill the prescription. And the indication that we had from both the doctors and the pharmacy were that they were afraid of retaliation, that they were afraid of adverse consequences if they prescribed the medications. And, you know, there have been doctors who have suffered adverse consequences as a result of prescribing off-label medication. And I think the bill simply would provide some protection for physicians who, in their own expert judgment, as a result of their direct interaction with their patient, make a decision to prescribe a medication. And I think they should have the freedom to do that without fear of retaliation or being restricted from doing that. And I think it's very important. And quite frankly, doctors have always, I think, been able to do that. And Senator Luna, with regard to your question, I think it's a very important question. But I guess ultimately, the response I have to that would be who is in the best position as a general rule to make a determination about what's best for a patient, a doctor who has evaluated, seen the patient, knows the patient, or a pharmacist, number one. And number two, and there may be rare circumstances where what you're talking about would apply, but I think it would be extraordinarily rare. And secondly, I think if we're in a situation where we're allowing pharmacists to overrule a doctor's recommendation, I think that we'd be in a situation that would be very untenable. Either we believe and trust our doctors and our treating physicians, or we don't. And I think this bill sort of solidifies the fact that in Louisiana we trust our doctors. I certainly trust mine. I just wanted to share my own experience with regard to COVID, and I know a number of other people who also tried to get hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, and there was major pressure against prescribing those particular medications. So that's my 10 cents on the legislation, and I appreciate your comments.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander.
Thank you.